Hello, my friends. Welcome to EPN. My name is Victor Lucas, and we bring you the latest in everything cool every single day. And the rundown is brought to you by our friends at the VFS School of Game Design. Thank you so much, Vancouver Film School. Now, I want to say that this show is dedicated to my buddy Adnan Qureshi at the One For You show on YouTube. Check that out. This guy's a good interviewer. He also gave me a lift when I was in Los Angeles last week. Good to see you, buddy. This rundown is all yours. The biggest science fiction franchise in the galaxy is turning 40 years old today. The original Star Wars film was first released in the United States on May 25th, 1977, kicking off the epic space fantasy franchise that we all know and love. Given how big Star Wars has become, it's easy to forget just how unique the first film was and how small it started. The film had a relatively low budget of $11 million and played in just 32 theaters, but quickly expanded thanks to positive word of mouth, becoming the highest grossing movie of all time. There's not much we can say about Star Wars that hasn't already been said, but it's important to remember just how much of an impact the original film had, shaping pretty much every big movie that's been made since in one way or another. It cemented the concept of the big summer blockbuster, and thanks to crafty licensing deals set up by creator George Lucas, it was also the first film to become a massive transmedia property with countless toys, comics, books, and other tie-in merchandise, which has since become commonplace. Star Wars became such a big franchise that it was valued at more than $4 billion when Disney bought Lucasfilm in 2012, kicking off its current era of sequels, prequels, and an endless barrage of new merchandise. It's impossible to talk about the history of Star Wars without bringing up the fact that the version of the film that's widely available today is not the version that was released in theaters 40 years ago. George Lucas has famously tinkered with the original film several times, adding controversial CGI alterations and flat-out changing entire sequences, like the infamous Greedo shooting first scene. The 40th anniversary of the original film would be the perfect time for Disney to announce a proper restoration of the original trilogy, but we're starting to lose hope on that.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
I first saw Star Wars when I was very young. I was actually nervous from the commercials of seeing Darth Vader and Chewbacca in the movie. I thought I was going to be terrified. It turned out to be a life-changing experience for me. So when was the first time you were introduced to the Star Wars universe? We'd love to hear your story, so let us know in the comments below. Netflix is whipping up a series based on one of the most iconic video game franchises. Netflix has released the first trailer for their Castlevania animated series based on the medieval horror franchise. Like the games, the show will focus on the monster-hunting Belmont family, who are once again out to slay the deadliest vampire of them all, Count Dracula. The coolest part about the trailer is that it starts with someone loading up an 8-bit version of Netflix on an original Nintendo Entertainment System. Don't blow on the cartridge. Not supposed to do that. Anyway, the Netflix show is written by comic book author Warren Ellis, best known for creating the comic series Red and the Iron Man Extremis story arc. You'll be able to start streaming Castlevania on July 7th. I wonder if there will be any wall chicken. Microsoft is mixing up their online game streaming platform. The tech giant has renamed and retooled Beam, their online streaming platform that first launched last year and is meant to rival Twitch and YouTube gaming. Microsoft has decreed that Beam shall henceforth be known as Mixer, a new moniker that they hope will help emphasize the interactive features of the platform. Mixer is all about user interaction, with viewers having the ability to change or mix up what happens in the games they're watching, with compatible titles, that is. Alongside the name change, Microsoft is making it easier for users to interact with players by reducing the latency time or delay between the two. They're also adding 4K streaming and introducing co-streaming, where up to 4 players can combine their streams if they're playing a co-op game. The new Mixer begins rolling out today. It looks like Tom Cruise has found a new wingman to fly him into the danger zone. The long-in-development sequel to the 1986 military action movie Top Gun is getting ready for takeoff with a new director. Variety reports that Tron Legacy director Joseph Kosinski is the frontrunner to pilot the film, with returning star and producer Tom Cruise wanting him for the job. Cruise and Kosinski previously worked together on the 2013 sci-fi movie Oblivion, and Kosinski reportedly made a pitch for the Top Gun sequel that got Cruise and distributor Paramount Pictures very excited. Top Gun 2 is expected to see an aging version of Tom Cruise's character struggle to train a new generation of fighter pilots, while the military is shifting toward unmanned drone aircraft, which will likely give Kosinski plenty of high-tech imagery to work with. Here's hoping it will take our breath away. The Iceman cometh, because original Top Gun co-star Val Kilmer is expected to reprise his role alongside Cruise.
You can be my wingman anytime.
We'll have more on Top Gun 2 as new details hit the runway. One of the lamest and most washed-up Pokémon characters is getting his own game. Following the huge success of Pokémon Go last year, the Pokémon Company has released the surprise new mobile game Magikarp Jump on iOS and Android devices. It's not as intricate as Pokémon Go or the 3DS Pokémon games. It's essentially an RPG pet simulator, giving players the ability to train and level up their own Magikarp and then battle other Magikarps to see who can jump the highest. Seems a bit fishy that Magikarp, who's famous for being weak and useless, would get his own game. The game is filled with self-deprecating humor, adding to the seemingly endless amount of online ridicule the poor Magikarp has already received. If you're looking for a more meaty Pokemon experience, Nintendo is rumored to be working on a new game called Pokémon Stars for the Switch, which would obviously be a huge deal for the franchise and the new console. We'll let you know when we catch more on that. Wolverine may have retired from the X-Men franchise, but a very similar mutant may be bearing her claws once again. X-23, the young mutant who appeared alongside Wolverine in his latest movie Logan, might be getting her own solo film. That's according to Logan director James Mangold and producer Hutch Parker. Speaking with IGN, Parker revealed that they're thinking about making an X-23 film with young actress Daphne Keane back as the character, but they'll only do it if they find a story that works and allows the character to stand on her own. Parker adds that it's unlikely X-23 will pop up in the background of other upcoming X-Men movies like The New Mutants or Dark Phoenix, so if she does return, it will have to be in her own standalone film. Hugh Jackman has definitely retired from the role of Wolverine, so 20th Century Fox is probably looking to replace him however they can. Logan was awesome, so we're hoping for more from the same team. The film recently landed on home video, and if you haven't seen it yet, you should definitely check it out. That wraps us up for the rundown today. Remember, if you want to learn more about game design, visit our pals at VFS.edu. We'll be back again tomorrow with a brand new rundown, so come back for that. But in the meantime, check out some of the other content we built for you. And if you dig it, hit subscribe, all right?